Hello every crafter. As we are approaching Christmas quite quicker than expected, we need to talk about gift wrapping. Now okay, you can gift wrap a box up like this, very simple, very easy. But I'm going to be showing you how to do it with a little bit more flair that will confuse people. I am going to be rewrapping this. I have pre-wrapped it because it is going to be a surprise. I don't want them to view my channel and then hey ho, surprise, broken. Let's start off with something basic. Now, if you haven't got that much paper, you can always wrap it this way and it will completely cover it and use up less paper. I have actually measured this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we're going to try something slightly different. This is the Japanese method of wrapping paper. It's actually seen as a great respect if you wrap it in this manner. It is awkward. It is kind of hard to get used to, but when you get used to it, you'll realise you'll only need a smidgen of tape. You won't need as much tape, so it's better for the environment, depending on the wrapping paper you use, of course. Talking about wrapping paper, for this it is easier to use that cheaper paper that's a bit more flimsier. I will get into which paper I am using later because I am wrapping up different things to show. Why can I not get the sellotape off? Pro tip guys, when you find the sellotape end, fold it under so you can find it next time. I am just going to be using this much sellotape to wrap up this little gift. So pro tip for wrapping, just fold the sellotape back so you can find it again. You don't want to be breaking a nail, not when you've just painted them. Show my little Christmas nails. Anyway, yes, back to wrapping. So I am going, as you can see, I've just placed this in the corner so the 2 points meet to the edge. I'm just going to bring this over like so. That tape is going to get in the way. No, it's going to be fine. Then I'm going to take this side down. There are videos that do this a little less clumsy than how I'm doing it, but they go a bit too fast and it's hard to work it out. What I'm doing here is I have just held this. I'm just putting my finger there to hold it. We don't want to make a permanent crease just yet because we are going to move this up and we are going to fold that along the top. Let me just do that again because I realised how far it is on the top hand corner of the screen. So let's move this back down here. So we've started off at the side here, wrapped this over, gone over once, then we're going to fold down on this one side only for now. Pull this across, but do not make a crease because we are going to be folding up here. This is where it gets interesting. People can actually do this at speed. I'm a little bit slower, mind you. Just wrap that over. Then on the other side, I am going to repeat the same ideas, which is pushing this down. I'm almost wrapped up with this and I have not used any tape. I haven't actually done this wrapping ages. So just going to valley fold, pull it up so it meets the edge. You will have to fiddle with this. Then it's laying flat. So then we've got this. Okay, what do I do with this big bit of paper here? Let me show you. You're going to fold down. Excuse me. You're going to fold down, but you want to keep your edges flat because you are going to roll this. And you want your edges to meet up with the edges of the parcel of the gift. And then we are going to just roll this into place. Fold the edges in as you need, guys. I find this easier. And then we should just be able to roll it. And then that small bit of tape. I didn't even need that much tape. You're just going to stick it on the side. And you're wrapped up with one bit of tape. The best thing about this is they struggle to find the end. You can put small cards in there depending on the size of your box, make it look fanciful, put a ribbon on it, and they'll never guess what it is because I haven't told them. So let's just scribble the person's name on here. You can make gift tags by cutting up sheets of paper, but for now I'm just wrapping them up and doing the gift tags later. There we go. So that one is done out of the way. So we know how to do boxes normally. We know how to do them a bit more lavishly. Let's talk about bottles. You can quite easily do them so they've got that thing at the top that you then have to cut and it looks messy. Or you can shove it in a bottle bag. Or, there is another or, you can make a little case for it. They can see what it is. It's a nice presentation. You don't have to worry about putting names on them then. So if you're doing a few, if you're doing a few, then you know what's in there, who you're giving it to. If you do want to hide the fact of what's in there, you can always make a little hidey piece that goes at the top. So let's just show you how to do this one. This is actually a lot simpler than the other one. We're going to get our wrapping paper back. I'm using my mini scissors because I don't want to waste my fabric scissors on the wrapping paper. And I am going to turn this into a square. Squares are nice. We can work with squares. This is a great tip as well. If you want to do it for a housewarming party, it doesn't have to be Christmas. For this you will need 2 bits of tape, not 1. So cut that piece off that we folded over because that's basically rubbish. 1, 2. As you notice, I do get my tape ready. I do apologise if it's loud where I'm putting my tape. I am using my laptop to put the tape down. So how are we going to do this? You're going to place your bottle diagonally, and you can just roll it back to the start. Place a little tape there if you have to. We're just rolling now. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Roll on the barrel. Roll on the barrel tonight. And we are going to put a little tape down just to hold that corner in place. At this point, you can move the bottle up, show more of it, show less of it. I normally like to have it about there, but as it is Christmas and I'm hiding it a bit more, we're going to have it a bit lower. So at the moment it just looks like I've made a tube thing. And all we're going to do is, I am actually going to cut this down. If you do have an excess amount of paper at the bottom, cut it down, otherwise it will not be able to stand on its own. That's still a lot of paper. These little scraps though, do not throw them away, you can use them as gift tags. I am rushing through this because I've wrapped up so many gifts so far. It actually hurts. It actually hurts. So you're just going to do what you do with your normal base of a bottle, which is fold it in nicely, tuck it into that centre hole. Fun fact, those holes at the bottom of the bottles, the history behind them is that originally when they were doing the glass blowing, they couldn't get the bottle flat to stay flat and stand up, so they started bellowing it, which gave you the nice flat surface that the bottle can then stand on. And that is how I wrap up my wines. Then the next thing we've got to wrap up is a pair of slippers. Now the person that I am gifting these to does not watch YouTube. Rather, they don't watch my YouTube because they're not a crafty person. When you're wrapping up slippers, if you are buying, these actually look large in my hand. When you are buying slippers, if you buy multiple for different people, make sure that, you know, you have a left and a right and not two lefts. Done it before, people. Done it before. The obvious way to wrap them up is 69 the slippers. As simple as. That's your facts. Slippers are a bit boring. Surprise gift, people. Surprise gift. Now, where was I? Slippers. Let's get round to slippers. The simplest response to this is to just fold and wrap. This is the easiest way you can wrap up scissors, wrap up slippers, hide gifts. Excuse me. Wrap up slippers, hide gifts. This way they think, oh, you just got me this. Then they go to put their foot in and they find it. I didn't cut my tape off prematurely. So we've got the awkwardness of just joinking it on. Now, I don't use too much tape. I am trying to cut down on my plastic usage, as I'm sure most of you are. So another way to do this is to literally just tuck the paper inside. And you've got one piece of tape, no mess, with a pretty envelope fold. Let's just show you quickly how I did that. So I've just folded this down into there, rolled this up and pushed it in. And that's just, if you still want to tape it, you don't feel like it's secure, by all means tape it. I am trying to cut down on my tape usage this year, especially with everything going on. And the last one is a box of Heroes. You're thinking, okay, yep. You can wrap up boxes. You can wrap up random shaped items. How are you going to wrap this up and still make it look presentable and okay? First of all, you need a decent sheet of paper. Sorry guys. Grab your piece of paper, your Heroes, you're going to plonk it in the middle. You will have an excess over the top of this again. Cut it off, save it, and use it for gift tags. Cut off the tape pre-ready so we know what we're doing. One bit of tape for this one, guys. I am pushing this. I think I'm only going to need that much, so I'll just cut that bit off ready. You guys can obviously take your time with your wrapping, but when you've already wrapped up 12 boxes of chocolates, you've had enough. So I pretty much cut this into a square, put it in the middle. Now I'm taking one of the corners, I'm just going to bring it over. As you can see, it just reaches over the centre. Then we are going to take this next bit. We're literally going to be pleating this up as we go. We're going to be pleating. So we're just going to be grabbing it where it folds next and bringing it over to the centre. So you're just bringing it over and folding it up. I'm trying to make it so I have a corner left over, and I will show you why, because obviously some of these pieces are a bit too short. You can tell where I've got my hands covering. So the first one you put in is a corner, and the last one you put in is a corner. And all you have to do is tape across the last pleat that you put down. Getting stuck to my nails. Yay. Tape across the last corner you put down on top of the first corner. Don't be afraid to use a little more tape if you have to. I'm just trying to make everyone's lives easier this year. Clearly though, I can't with this design. So just tape it down where you have to. You can put a bow on top to hide the tape. And that's 3 pieces of tape. And just put a pretty note on the top. And that's it, guys. That is all my Christmas done. I am fully wrapped up. We have got I've showed you how to wrap up different shapes, sizes and obscurities. Catch you on the flip side, guys. Bye.